expose some of the weaknesses of that team, and Red Sox management entered the free agent market hoping to fill in some of the holes. One of their needs was a legitimate home run threat, and they moved quickly to acquire Jack Clark. Clark had averaged 28 home runs and 84 RBI over the last 4 seasons, and it was hoped that his presence would have a positive effect on the entire lineup. The Red Sox had won in 1990 with a collection of pitchers who had performed above and beyond the call of duty. Greg Harris emerged and won 13 games. Dana Kicker, who had previously spent 7 years in the minors, responded with 8 wins. Tom Bolton had found new life with the Red Sox, winning 10 games. And Jeff Gray, rescued from obscurity, had pitched effectively as both setup man and closer. But despite these bright spots, the Red Sox needed a quality starting pitcher to take some of the burden away from their ace, Roger Clemens. To this end, the team signed National League ERA champion Danny Darwin to a 4-year contract. It was hoped Darwin could step in as the number 2 man in the rotation. Hoping to further bolster their staff, the Red Sox also signed veteran left-hander Matt Young, who in prior seasons had proved to be deadly on left-handed batters, but he also had a tendency to be wild. They would join a team that was solid in most spots. Ellis Burks was coming off one of his best seasons in the majors. The team would again need his bat and his gold glove. Mike Greenwell was hoping to overcome the injuries that had severely hampered his power output in 1990, limiting him to only 14 home runs. Tom Brunansky, his shoulder injured halfway through the previous season, was looking to put up some impressive numbers. Defensively, Wade Boggs was one of the league's best third basemen, but Wade had seen his average fall to .302. Still good for 5th in the American League, but the hitman wanted another silver bat to add to his collection. Jody Reed had tied for the Major League lead in doubles. And his play in the field had been nothing short of spectacular. Carlos Quintana had assumed the first base job, providing solid defense. And Carlos batted .300 for most of the season. Tony Pena had been a joy to watch. His enthusiasm and intensity matched only by his defensive ability and his durability. The bullpen was led by Jeff Reardon, who overcame back surgery to save 21 games in his first season with the team. And finally, Roger Clemens, coming off a 21-6 season with a 1.93 ERA. The Sox had hopes this premier pitcher would have another outstanding season. On paper, they looked like the team to beat in the East. The ingredients were there. We'd have to wait and see. It would be fitting that the season opener would be played in Toronto, for it was thought that these two teams would battle it out for the AL East title come September. Toronto took a quick 1-0 lead in the second, but in the third, with the bases loaded, Jack Clark provided Sox fans with dreams of what might be. A deep drive to left. That is way out of here. Into the second deck in left field. A grand slam for Jack Clark. And Roger Clemens would go 8 innings for the win, striking out 6.
2-2 pitch. Struck him out.
3-2 pitch. Awesome.
The Rocket went 6-0 in his first 6 starts, giving up only 4 earned runs in 49 innings, including a stretch of 30 consecutive scoreless innings. Ellis Burks was also off to a good start. He had a 15-game hit streak, raising his average to .295 at the end of May, and his play in the field had been impressive. Lobbed into shallow right center. Burks on the run, and he makes a nice sliding catch.
Well hit to center, driving Burks back to the warning track. Great catch by Ellis Burks.
In right center field, it's going to be caught by Ellis Burks, and a fantastic catch.
Jody Reed was also a standout defensively.
Lined and caught. Oh, what a play by Jody Reed.
And up the middle it goes again off the... Now it's going to be a play at second base, and they're going to nab the runner there.
But at the plate, Jody was struggling, batting only .140 in his first 21 games. Despite an artistic haircut, Tim Nearing suffered through an 0 for 39 slump, and he simply could not get on track. Back surgery put an end to Nearing's season after playing in only 20 games and batting a disappointing .109. But Tom Brunansky took up some of the slack, belting 3 home runs in April. He had 25 RBI in 27 games with 6 home runs in May alone. But despite a sputtering offense, the Red Sox were in first place through April and May, thanks in part to a trio of pitchers. After starting the season in the bullpen, Tom Bolton had resumed his role as a starter and was 4-0 with a 1.87 ERA in his first 5 starts. And if ever a pitcher defined the term setup man, it was Jeff Gray. Jeff appeared in 50 of the Sox' first 98 games, and in April alone, he went 8 straight appearances without allowing an earned run. And if the 7th and 8th innings belonged to Gray, then the 9th was surely the province of Jeff Reardon.
Got him. Game's over.
Reardon recorded 10 saves in his first 10 chances, and on May 20th, he became only the 4th pitcher in Major League history to record 300 saves. On the downside, Danny Darwin had been ineffective, due in part to a bout with bronchial pneumonia.
And Greenwell will say, "We'll see you later."
And Matt Young, although winning 3 games and pitching well in spots, was still an enigma, unable to get anyone out 1 minute.
And there's a wild pitch by Young, and the A's get a run.
And unhittable the next. Greg Harris had also been disappointing, going 1-5 with a 5.59 ERA in his first 8 starts. The Sox went to New York in late May, holding first place by a half game. Staked to a 5-0 lead, Danny Darwin fell victim to the long ball.
There's a big swing and a big fly ball to left. Greenwell back to the wall. It's gone. He goes deep to left again. Greenwell back to the wall. It's gone. Working now to Mel Hall. The Yankees have only had 3 base runners in this game. Hall bidding to make it 4, and he will. Lansky just watches that one go way back in right field.
Despite the Yankees' power display, the Sox still held a 5-3 lead going into the 9th. Jeff Reardon came on and gave up singles to the first 2 batters. And with 2 on, it was Mel Hall again.
The 2-2 pitch. Deep drive down the right field line. It is a home run.
Hall's blast precipitated a quick fall from grace for the Red Sox, who suffered through a 2-month period, which saw them win only 22 games in June and July. On June 1st, the Red Sox were still in first place, tied with Toronto. By the end of July, the Red Sox were 9 games behind the front-running Blue Jays.
When I'm working out, I could care less what my hair looks like. But when I walk out of here, I want it to look great. And I don't need another workout. That's why I use Pert Plus.
Pert Plus combines shampoo with a breakthrough microbead conditioner that's released as you shampoo to condition evenly. For hair this great in just 1 step.
So with Pert Plus, I get the look I want, the way I want it. Ready? Showtime.
Pert Plus. Great hair that's 1 step ahead.
By popular demand through Saturday only, it's Mattress Discounters Free Box Spring Sale. This incredible sale features all our mattress sets, including the #1 rated Simmons Beauty Rest Royalty. Purchase the mattress and receive the box spring for nothing. Nada. Zero. That's right. Absolutely free. You'll also get free delivery on any full queen or king size Beauty Rest mattress set and a free heavy duty steel bed frame with a purchase of every full queen or king size set.
Good night's sleep on us. Mattress Discounters.
3-day public offer. For 3 days only, you can buy direct from our manufacturer 3-piece living rooms from $188 to $498. Choose from a variety of durable and designer fabrics, all brand new with free layaway. Famous Maker 4-piece bedrooms from $188 to $328. Mattress sets from $38 to $98 complete. Save hundreds. 3 days only at Nationwide Warehouse. 67 Sprague and Dedham, Reedville, and 78 Olympia Avenue, Woburn, also Worcester and Providence. Phone 617-364-6630. Nationwide warehouse.
The Corvette uses premium fuel for hot performance. The human body needs premium nutritional fuel for top performance. Whatever your sport, General Nutrition has hot sports nutrition products for you. With Heavyweight Gainer 900, just one serving delivers over 900 low-fat calories to help you pack on the pounds. Champions Heavyweight Gainer 900. Accelerate to top performance. GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
Mike Gardner had been called up from Pawtucket and pitched well, winning 3 of his first 4 decisions.
And there's a strikeout for Gardner.
Luis Rivera had taken over at shortstop and provided the Red Sox with a capable presence up the middle.
He goes up the middle, and it's taken by Rivera. The play in time. Up the middle. Great play by Rivera. Out at second.
Louis also had some pop at his bat, batting .300 by the middle of July.
Louis sends it down the right field line. Canseco thought about going into a dive, then he really misplayed it. Louis might run for a while. Canseco still chasing it down in the corner. Rivera's going to try to score. Here he comes. Here's McGuire's throw. He's safe.
Also on the positive side was the return of Steve Lyons, or as it came to be known, Psycho 2.
well hit right center field. Lyons on the run, and he makes the catch. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out.
Further evidence of the unusual, Steve's first 2 home runs.
In the air to right. Another adventure for Gonzalez, and he lost it off his glove into the bullpen. Steve hitting an even .300. Gets Goodwood on the ball toward the triangle in right center near the bullpen. It is into the bullpen for a home run off the glove of Robin Young.
On the serious side, Lyons' presence had given the Red Sox a quality utility player who could play virtually every position.
Lob into shallow right center. Lyons out to make a nice play.
In late June, the Red Sox called up Mo Vaughn.
That is a bomb down the right field line, way back and way out of here. Mo Vaughn's first major league home run, a tremendous blast to right off Jeff Robinson. Vaughn rips one to deep right center field. Hamilton back to the wall, and it is gone. Well back into the bleachers in right center.
Sharing time at first base with Carlos Quintana, Vaughn surprised more than a few people with his defense.
Ripped and caught. Oh, what a nice play by Mo Vaughn on an absolute bullet hit by Reimer. A pop-up, Vaughn, a tough play. He runs hard into the tarp. Went over the tarp. Did he catch it? He did. What a play by Mo Vaughn. He went head over heels over the tarp and still made the catch.
After suffering through a largely forgettable first half of the season, Jack Clark was beginning to swing the bat.
Clark really needs a bomb. He needs a home run right now. He's not had one since April 27th in Kansas City.
There it goes. Way back. Forget it. It's gone. He got the home run all right. It's 2-0 Red Sox.
Collecting only 15 RBI in his first 45 games, Clark hit .341 with runners in scoring position in June and July. And he was hitting the ball like only Jack Clark can.
In the first. There it goes.
Clark knocked in 7 runs on July 5th, tying a career best. And on July 31st, another incredible game.
There it goes. Long shot to left. Into the net for a grand slam. There's a shot to left center. That's going to be another one for Clark. And it's 10-9. Clark hits one high, deep into the night, and that is out of here for the game-winning home run.
After a performance like that, it was nice to know that Jack was indeed back. On July 5th, Kevin Morton, an unheralded rookie southpaw called up from Pawtucket, would make an auspicious debut.
And Cavilla strikes out. Struck him out with the fastball. He struck him out. Kevin Morton strikes out the side in the 5th.
In his first major league game, Morton pitched a gem. Kevin went the full 9 innings, giving up only 1 run on 5 hits while striking out 9. And he became the first Red Sox rookie since 1977 to pitch a complete game victory in his major league debut. The next day, Roger Clemens surrendered back-to-back home runs to Pete Incaviglia and Rob Deere to give Detroit a 3-2 lead. John Shelby was the next hitter.
These guys have done. Watch out, he is hit by a pitch. Shelby going after Clemens, and Marzano with a tackle. Everybody's on there in the mound, and this one is a good one. Right at the bottom of it is Roger Clemens and John Marzano, as John Shelby went after Clemens after Clemens had given up the 2 home runs.
Clemens' explanation to Shelby that he was not intentionally throwing at him was greeted with some skepticism from John. But the game continued with the Red Sox winning 7-4. After a slow start, Wade Boggs hit .415 in July. And from that point on, he was among the league leaders in batting average. In the field, Wade was having one of his finest seasons.
Hammered, fair. They throw to first in time. Tap toward the left side. Boggs gets it. Throws to first in time for the out.
There's only been 1 base runner to second base tonight. What a catch by Boggs. The line drive by Sean Abner.
Reynolds. Boggs on a fine play at third will throw out Reynolds and prevent a very important thing.
On the other hand, Dana Kicker was having a terrible season, spending time on the DL and in Pawtucket. He made only 5 starts and 13 relief appearances all year.
Good morning. It's time for a healthy breakfast.
Don't worry, your kids won't hide from it.
A cereal made from whole grain oats.
Don't worry, your kids won't run from it.
Yes, healthy whole grain oats.
Don't worry, your kids will eat it.
It's Quaker Oat Life. Lightly sweetened on the inside, roasted, toasted oats on the outside. Life tastes so delicious, if they're around, your kids will eat it.
I ate all my nice cereal. I'm still hungry. Mom!
Quaker Oat Life and Cinnamon Life taste so delicious, unless they're weird, your kids will eat it.
Trouble with heartburn? Well, you could change your diet. Or change your job. Maybe change your lifestyle. Or better still, reach for Rolaids. It works fast to absorb excess stomach acid and bring 100% relief to millions. So maybe you can't change your life, but you can get relief with Rolaids. Rolaids spells relief.
This is a beautiful spot, Bud.
I hope they don't discover it.
I think they already have.
They always do.
And they bring their goodies with them.
Like toxic waste and smog.
They'll pollute the water and litter the landscape.
And you know who they are? They're us.
I've always loved the outdoors, but I don't always like the way some of us treat it.
The world is not our trash can.
Let's keep New England green.
There's a remarkable antiperspirant that's made to handle just about anything today's active man can dish out. Because it's made with a powerful active ingredient, but this antiperspirant isn't made for him. It's made for her. You see, her perspiration pH can be significantly higher than a man's. And this antiperspirant is pH balanced to work with a woman's chemistry, to help keep her dry. What is this? It's today's secret solid. It's strong enough for a man, but it's pH balanced for a woman. Today's secret.
On July 30th, before a game with Texas, Red Sox reliever Jeff Gray was stricken with what would later be diagnosed as a mild stroke. Amid concerns for Jeff and his family, it was hoped that his recovery would be a full one. That same day, with old friend Oil Can Boyd in town, Carlos Quintana tied an American League record.
Up she goes, and it's a grand slam for Quintana.
He
base and headed for home. He will score a 2-run double for Quintana.
The Q6 RBI in 1 inning sparked an 11-6 win to end a 9-game losing streak at Fenway. When Toronto came to town in August for a 3-game series, the Red Sox had slipped to 4th place, 10 games behind the Jays. The Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Jays to cut the lead to 9. There was still hope. But after 3 straight losses to Kansas City, they headed to Toronto trailing the Blue Jays by 11.5, and the dreams of another Eastern Division title seemed to be slipping away. The team entered the 4-game series with Toronto knowing that a sweep would be the only way to climb back into contention, and it didn't take long for the Red Sox to stake that claim.
That's well hit to right field. Carter drifting back to the wall, and that one is gone.
Quintana's blast gave the Sox a quick 1-0 lead, but they weren't done.
Again, a deep drive to right. And again, a home run.
When Toronto manager Cito Gaston came out to talk with starter David Wells, it seemed to be coming apart for the Blue Jays.
This game, and now he's a little angry that Wells wasn't looking right at him, and he is letting Wells know about it.
Tell you what may have happened there, the way, and the ball goes flying.
But this game belonged to Carlos Quintana.
Sharply down to first. Great backhand stop by Quintana to Alomar. Line and caught. What a night Carlos Quintana is having, both at the plate and in the field.
And after the Jays had closed to within 1, the Sox came back with 7 runs over the final 3 innings, highlighted by the Q once again.
To right field and well hit. Carter back to the wall. Home run. The big night for Carlos Quintana continues.
Quintana and the Sox had plenty to smile about as the good news continued the next day. Once again, the Sox scored first.
Little looper, right center field. That's in for a hit. Vaughn comes around to score, and the Red Sox lead 2-0.
But the story this day was the pitching of Greg Harris.
Maldonado strikes out. Mullenix strikes out.
Harris gave up only 1 hit through 6 1/3 innings and pitched his first complete game in 9 years as the Red Sox had taken the first 2 games of the series. In Game 3, it got worse for Toronto.
It's 0 for 19 lifetime against Key. He won't pick up his first hit here. Very high fly ball in right. Carter dropped the ball. Clark has scored. Here comes Greenwell to the plate, and he scores. And it's 3-0. Sinking fast and right, a base hit. Burks coming to the plate as the ball gets away from Carter. Here comes Bernansky to the plate. And he scores. They have Pena caught between second and third, and they tag him out. Both runs score as Joe Carter misplays another ball in right.
The Sox jumped out to an 8-1 lead after 5.5, but the Jays cut it to 2 in the 8th.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Hit toward the gap in right center. That's in for extra bases. Alomar and Carter score, and it's a 2-run game.
In the 9th, Toronto had runners on first and third with 2 outs. Joe Carter represented the tying run.
1. High, but very shallow in center. Burks with a long way to come as he was playing deep, but he's there and makes the catch. Jeff Reardon saves it for Mike Gardner.
3 down and 1 to go was the rallying cry entering the 4th game of the series, and the Sox once again drew first blood.
That's a shot toward the gap in left center. Maldonado raced to cut it off. He didn't get it, nor did Devon White, and the Red Sox will score in the first inning. Quintana scores. Clark to third. 1-0 Boston. Little looper into right. Carter charging hard, and he can't make the catch. Clark has scored. Greenwell hustles to second, and the Red Sox lead 2-0.
The Red Sox battered 5 Toronto pitchers for 18 hits and came away with their first 4-game sweep in Toronto since 1981. The Sox collected 67 hits and scored 39 runs in the 4 games, 27 of those runs coming with 2 out. He struck him out, and the Red Sox sweep the series. It was the series in Toronto which would start the Red Sox on an exciting journey back into the pennant race. And exciting was a good word to describe one player in particular.
Well hit. Toward the wall in left center. That ball is good.
After a brief stint with the club in June, Phil Plantier was recalled from Pawtucket on August 9th, and he quickly proved he belonged.
Ball rifled on a line to left field, and leaping and taking the ball is Phil Plantier.
Well hit to left. Plantier back to the wall. He leaps and makes the catch.
His play in the field had been an added bonus, but it was his swing that made people sit up and take notice.
Big at bat for Plantier because he wants to show that he's more than just a platoon player, obviously.
There goes a long drive to right field. It may make it. It does. Home run.
The Sox were on a roll, winning 8 of 9 and 12 out of 14 at one point. Against Cleveland, trailing 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth, Wade Boggs stepped in with a man on.
Fly ball, deep right field, back toward the bullpen. It is gone for a home run, and the Red Sox win it. Good night.
The next day, Jody Reed came through in the 10th.
Started things toward the tie. There's a base hit into left field. This may win it. Yep, game's over.
And with the clutch hitting came good pitching, especially from someone who most people thought had little or no chance to make the club in spring training.
Davis strikes out. Fastball got him.
Starting the season in the bullpen, Joe Hesketh was moved into the starting rotation in July. But August was his best month as he went 5-1. But not all of the news was good.
Again outside on a breaking pitch. He lines it to left field. In there for a home run. A fast home run by Jack Clark, putting the Red Sox ahead. He's limping around the bases.
Despite the injury to Clark, the Red Sox took 2 out of 3 in Oakland and swept the Mariners, highlighted by a big hit from Tom Berdansky.
Long drive left field, and we see you later. Home run, Tom Berdansky. 4 more.
The Red Sox finished August with 18 wins, but they still trailed the Jays by 6 games. On September 5th against Seattle, the score was tied 3-3 in the 10th.
There it is. Base hit, all over, and the Red Sox win. John Marzano cracking a single to left.
Marzano's game-winning pinch hit was the second of 7 straight wins in a stretch that saw the Red Sox win 8 of 9, including a great performance by Roger Clemens in Detroit.
Has contributed to this Tiger surge with his power. Got a lot of walks, too. Strikes out. Now, Roger Clemens has 2 strikeouts and now has 6 consecutive seasons with 200 or more strikeouts.
Clemens retired the first 19 batters to face him until Alan Trammell broke up the no-hit bid in the 7th.
And Trammell rams a base hit into left field, and the no-hit bid is over.
The Rocket would finish with a 2-hit shutout for his 15th win. The Red Sox then traveled to Yankee Stadium, trailing the Blue Jays by 3.5 games. After winning the first game of the series, the Red Sox found themselves trailing 3-2 in the 6th inning of Game 2, when Phil Plantier was called upon to pinch hit with 2 on.
Well hit to right. Watch this one go. This will be way out of here, into the upper deck.
They would go on to win 5 of their next 7, while Toronto struggled on a West Coast trip. And after a 12-1 drubbing of the Yankees at Fenway, they trailed Toronto by only a half game.
McCain introduces something new to serve with your fries. A side of rock and roll. Right now, you can get a free 5-card set of Pro Set Superstar music cards, plus a free blank BASF audio cassette. Look for details on specially marked packages of McCain French fries today.
Hi, Mom. Man, looks like you've really been cooking.
McCain, the French fries that crank up the crunch.
This week, Fretter has 0% financing and lower prices. Fretter's price on this Sony camcorder was $32 less than Lechmere. And this week, Fretter offers 0% financing on all purchases over $250. Fretter's price on this RCA TV was over $80 less than Sears Brand Central. And now through Saturday, Fretter has 0% financing for 1 full year. Conclusion, if you want Fretter prices and 0% financing, you've got to go to Fretter.
Think about some of your toughest stains. Your most difficult. Your most painful. For these, you might think of trying a pre-treater.
Think again of Era Plus. Here's why. This pre-treater can't beat this grass stain, even with detergent. But watch Era power through with just a spray of water. So when you think of stains, think of this. Era Plus, the power tool for stains.
It's here! USA Furniture Liquidators Giant Living Room Liquidation at the Park Plaza Castle. Today and tomorrow from 10 to 8. Living rooms from desperate factories who need cash. Recliners, sofas, sectional, sleeper sofas, and complete 3-piece living rooms. Priced 42 to 60% less than their normal retail value. Like all other match recliners, priced at $3.99. Sectionals start as low as $5.99. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. It's your chance to save. Now at the Park Plaza Castle.
On Sunday, September 22nd, the Sox took on the Yankees in the final meeting of the season between the two teams, and the Red Sox trailed 2-1 when Luis Rivera came through.
High in the air down the left field line. Looking up, Kelly, it is gone! A two-run homer for little Louie, and the Red Sox are back on top. It's 3-2.
But the Yankees came back in the 8th.
The 1-2 pitch. The runner goes, Pena throws through, here comes the run to the plate, Reed's throw back, safe.
Then in the bottom of the 8th, with the Red Sox trailing by 1.
The 1-2. Base hit, right field. Boggs is being waved in. Hall's throw to the plate is off the mark and goes to the backstop. We're tied at 4, runners at second and third, and RBI, base hit for Carlos Quintana. It goes to the backstop. Noakes missed it. Reed scores. And the Red Sox lead 5-4.
In the top of the 9th, Tom Brunansky came to Jeff Reardon's rescue.
They've seen a dandy. Sacks to right, toward the corner. Brunansky toward the stands, into the slide. He didn't get it. Or did he? No call yet. It's an out.
Then with 2 outs in the count 1-2 on Roberto Kelly.
A 1-2 pitch. Ripped to left. High and deep. Plantier looking up, and it is gone. The Red Sox 1 strike away from a tie for first place. Now they're in a tie game 5-5.
And things got worse in the 10th. After walking 2 batters, Matt Young hit Matt Noakes to load the bases.
It nearly hit him. Did it? It did hit him.
Then with Dan Petrie on in relief, Bernie Williams stepped up.
The 1-0 to Bernie Williams. Base hit down the right field line. That'll score at least 2. Noakes is being held. It's 7-5 New York.
The Red Sox failed to score in their half of the 10th and went down to a devastating defeat.
Fastball struck him out, and that ends the ball game.
They lost the next day in Baltimore, but after 2 straight rainouts, they appeared ready to bounce back in the first game of 2.
There's a long drive to left field. Slicing but fair, and home run for Plantier. They load the infield on the left side. There goes one. That's out of here. Jack Clark way back in left, and it's 2-0.
And Roger Clemens was superb, striking out 10 en route to his 18th win. But in the second game, the Red Sox jumped out to a 5-1 lead they couldn't hold. With 2 out in the 9th, they led by 1 with Cal Ripken up and a runner at second.
And there's a base hit into left field to tie it up. Cal Ripken singles, and this game is tied 5-5.
With the bases loaded, Harris went to 3-0 on Dwight Evans.
Fastball, ball four, the walk, and the Orioles win it. Harris walks Evans, and the Orioles gain a split of the doubleheader incredibly.
This was one from which they couldn't bounce back. They lost 8 of their last 10 and finished the season at 84-78, tied for second place with Detroit.
To keep myself in great condition, I have to do lots of things. I used to think keeping my hair in great condition took lots of things too. Then I found Perk Plus.
Perk Plus combines shampoo with a breakthrough microbead conditioner that's released as you shampoo to condition evenly. For hair this great in just one step.
With Perk Plus, my hair feels like it's in better condition than I am. Hi. Got the tickets?
Tickets?
Oh, let's go.
Perk Plus, great hair that's one step ahead.
3-day public offer. For 3 days only, you can buy direct from our manufacturer 3-piece living rooms from $188 to $498. Choose from a variety of durable and designer fabrics, all brand new with free layaway. Famous Maker 4-piece bedrooms from $188 to $328. Mattress sets from $38 to $98 complete. Save hundreds. 3 days only at Nationwide Warehouse. 67 Sprague and Dedham, Reedville, and 78 Olympia Avenue, Woburn, also Worcester and Providence. Phone 617-364-6630. Nationwide Warehouse.
That cough sounds bad.
When her little patient is coughing, it's the biggest thing on Mom's mind. That's why there's Robitussin Pediatric. Great tasting cough and cold relief. Formulated just for kids. From the brand more doctors and pharmacists recommend. Robitussin Pediatric gives long-lasting cough relief day or night, so both the patient and the doctor can rest comfortably. Robitussin Pediatric Cough and new cough and cold formula. Recommended by Dr. Mom.
Sports Beat. Viewpoints from the pros. Live Saturday afternoon at 4, right after the Red Sox take on the Detroit Tigers in exhibition baseball, here on TV 38 Sports.
It's dance time in Mayberry tonight. Yeah.
On October 8th, in a press conference at Fenway Park, Red Sox general manager Lou Gorman made the following announcement.
On behalf of the Boston Red Sox organization, after 2 days of discussion and with unanimity of opinion, we have decided not to bring back Joe Morgan and to hire a new manager for the Red Sox in 1992.
Joe Morgan led the Red Sox to 2 divisional titles in his 3.5 years as manager. He will be remembered for his accomplishments on the field, as well as his unique attitude and approach to the game he loves. Although the Red Sox fell short of some expectations, there were individual performances to make note of. Joe Hesketh performed above and beyond the call of duty. His 12-4 record led the majors in winning percentage, and he was the fans' choice for TV 38's 10th Player Award. After a slow start, Jody Reed batted .307 in his final 132 games to finish the season at .283. And as usual, his play in the field was magnificent. Jeff Reardon saved 40 games and 49 chances, breaking the team record of 33 held by Bob Stanley. He became the second reliever in Major League history with 3 40-save seasons. Mo Vaughn started quickly with 3 home runs and 14 RBI in his first 12 games, but batted only .246 with 1 home run in his remaining 62 games. Wade Boggs finished the season with a .332 average, good for second in the American League. He had 42 doubles to become only the second player in Major League history with 40 or more doubles in 7 consecutive seasons. Defensively, he was a standout all season long. Ellis Burks appeared in only 130 games due to a variety of nagging injuries. His .251 batting average and 56 RBI were career lows. Jeff Gray appeared headed for an outstanding season when he was cut down by a mild stroke on July 30th. His ERA was an impressive 2.34, and he held batters to an overall 181 batting average, preventing 24 of 36 inherited runners from scoring. His loss was a major one. Matt Young went 3-0 in his first 4 May starts, but an incomplete tear of his rotator cuff in his left shoulder forced him onto the disabled list for an extended stay. He was unable to be the effective starter the Red Sox had hoped he would be. Tony Pena hit only .231, but it was his defense that was consistently outstanding, as Tony caught an American League high 140 games and was rewarded with his 4th Gold Glove. Danny Darwin won only 3 games as his first season with the Sox was an injury-shortened one. He was placed on the DL July 7th and stayed there for the remainder of the season. Jack Clark hit just .216 in the first half of the year, but hit .282 with 17 home runs and 52 RBI in the second half. He led the team in homers with 28 and runs batted in with 87. Phil Plantier was recalled from Pawtucket on August 9th, and he worked his way into the lineup. He batted .331 with 11 home runs and 35 RBI in only 53 games, and his play in the field was something to get excited about as well. Mike Greenwell batted .300 and was second on the team in RBI with 85. He hit .458 with 24 RBI with the bases loaded, and he stole 15 bases in 20 attempts to lead the team. And finally, Roger Clemens. He led the league in strikeouts, shutouts, and earned run average. He had 7 10-strikeout games, and his 18 wins were tied for third in the league. In November, he became the 5th pitcher in baseball history to win 3 Cy Young Awards.
My heart's pounding.
So, how do you want your haircut?
I'd like to have it potted in the middle, a half-inch taken off all around.
Ed Kinney Sr., Ed Kinney Jr., for giving me the opportunity to be back in the Red Sox organization 3 years ago. This is an honor. Yesterday I was watching Frankie Rodriguez and some of our young kids hit in the Instructional League, and now I'm the manager of the Boston Red Sox. And it's a thrill and an honor, and like I said, my heart's pounding.
And now the Butch Hobson era begins. He has assembled a familiar coaching staff, including Gary Allenson, Don Zimmer, and Rick Burleson, as well as Rich Gale and Al Bumbry. Butch will wear number 17, and he promises hard work and dedication from his staff and from his players. He will need both if the Red Sox are to contend for the American League East title in 1992.
Boy, it sure is rough down here.
Yeah, you got it. Don't go away, though. When we come back, we'll have a discussion with new Red Sox manager Butch Hobson.
So, how do you want your haircut?
I'd like to have it potted in the middle, a half-inch taken off all around, and I like to feather it on the sides. It's a tricky spot where it grows in crooked, you know? And every hairdresser I've ever go to notices it, and he has to adapt himself to get it to lay down right. And no matter who I go to, they always notice it. I'm not a real fussy customer.
This is a culinary arts kitchen at Newberry College. It's quiet right now, but that never lasts long. At Newberry, you'll prepare for success with hands-on experience. You'll learn at the finest facility in the area from internationally trained professional chefs and in paid internships, too. A full 100% of last year's graduates are pursuing careers at fine establishments such as the Ritz-Carlton, the Back Bay Hilton, and Lochovers. With a Newberry degree, you're well on your way to success as a professional chef. Call Newberry College now at 1-800-225-5800 for our catalog. We're conveniently located in Brookline, 10 minutes from downtown Boston. Financial aid is available.
Today, we'll do one of those brutal side-by-side comparisons. That typically makes Brand X here look like the choice of below-average thinkers. Take this Subaru Legacy on the one hand and this Toyota Camry on the other. Both offer automatic transmission, power locks and windows, upholstery, and nice AC. But the Legacy costs $3,200 less than the Camry. So, a lot to pay for one less syllable. Test drive a Subaru today, won't you?
As a member of the Red Sox from 1975 through 1980, Butch Hobson was known for his hard-nosed play.
High fly ball, left field, looking up, and this ball is gone for a home run. Tigers are within a run. Third base, Hobson fires in time.
Look at that play.
Butch Hobson with a do-or-die play.
After his first 2 full seasons with the Red Sox, great things were expected of the infielder from Alabama. In 1977, Butch set a Red Sox season record with 30 home runs and 112 RBIs for a third baseman, a record he still holds today. From 1977 through the 1979 season, Butch hit 75 homers and collected 285 RBIs, and in his 623 games as a Red Sox player, he hit .252 with 94 home runs and 358 runs batted in. This he will be remembered for, but it was the heroic, often daring defensive plays that most people recall when the name Butch Hobson is mentioned.
He jammed him in a little pop fly. Hobson near the dugout, has it, and falls into the runway. Is he all right? That's the first thing we want to find out as Singleton and Ralph Salvon, the trainer, and now Don Zimmer and Charlie Moss come running over. He made the catch and comes out of the runway. What a play by Butch Hobson.
He returned to the Red Sox organization in 1989 as manager of the New Britain team. And last year, his first as manager of a AAA team, he took the Pawtucket Red Sox to a first-place season finish. On October the 8th, 1991, Butch signed a 2-year contract and became the 38th manager in the history of the Boston Red Sox. In his 5 years as a manager, starting out with the Mets Class A affiliate Columbia in 1987, Butch has built a .503 winning percentage, including a .535 percentage in the last 2 years. As the 1992 season approaches, Butch hopes to bring the fun back to Fenway. He doesn't just mean another division title.
Butch, we've heard you say, let's bring the fun back to Fenway Park. What do you mean by that?
I mean, good hustle, taking out somebody on a ground ball, second base, out of a double play. Hitting's going to be there. I really got a good feeling in my gut that we got a club this year that's going to do some good hitting and score some runs. Being more aggressive, having a group of not only players but a group of staff people that have had fun in the past together. And a lot of times your staff makes it fun for you, and I think we got that kind of staff.
Oftentimes a team takes on the personality of its manager. Would you like this team to take on your personality as a player?
I know in my gut that there's only one way to play the game, and that's as hard as you can. I know in my gut that I never loafed, ever. That's one thing I can say about myself as a player is I never loafed. Not that we have any guys that are going to loaf. I don't want to get that clear. As a player, a number of the guys on this club have done things as players that I can only dream about doing as a player. I want to be the best manager I can be for them. I have always approached it in the past that there's 25 people on your club, 25 players on your club. And you don't have a number 1 guy, you don't have a number 25 guy. Everybody's the same, and everybody plays. Everybody plays.
Of the pitchers you've seen in camp, so far, who's been the most impressive?
Well, the 2 times Viola has shown he looks good. He's throwing the ball very well.
Butch, what do you have to say to the New England baseball fans?
I'm looking forward to coming back home. I'm happy. We're having a good, I've been looking forward to this time for about 3 months. My wife's been ready for me to get out of the house because I'm a nervous wreck. Not a nervous wreck, I guess I'm itching to go so much.
Stay with us as we'll speak to Frank Viola next on Red Sox 92 in full swing.
Listen up, there's a whole new kind of Cheerios. Multigrain Cheerios. Corn, rice, wheat, and oats.
All good oats for one great taste. New multigrain Cheerios.
Corn, rice, wheat, and oats for a harmony of taste.
For good oats in harmony. For good oats for one great taste. New multigrain Cheerios.
A harmony of taste.
This woman's in bed with a terrible cold, keeping her from all she has to do. None of us want to be stuck with a bed cold. Stubborn congestion, constantly runny noses, rising fevers, aching bodies. But we don't have to give in to a bed cold. There's Benadryl Plus Cold. Benadryl is a name that stands for strength. Strength you can count on to help get you out of bed. Day or night, there's Benadryl Plus Cold. the Benadryl's strong enough for the bed cold.
The Corvette uses premium fuel for hot performance. The human body needs premium nutritional fuel for top performance. Whatever your sport, General Nutrition has hot sports nutrition products for you. With Heavyweight Gainer 900, just one serving delivers over 900 low-fat calories to help you pack on the pounds. Champions Heavyweight Gainer 900. Accelerate to top performance. GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
Pump it. Squeeze it. Spray it. Forget it. When these pre-treaters fail, try harder with Era Plus. Here's why. This pre-treater can't beat this grass stain, even with detergent. But watch Era power through with just a spray of water. Era Plus, the power tool for stains.
I'm excited about it. You know, I had some success in the National League, but I think I'm more conducive to the American League style of ball.
After spending his first 7.5 seasons with the Minnesota Twins, Frank Viola had established himself as one of the premier pitchers in the American League. In 1987, a World Series MVP, and in 1988, a 24-7 record earned him the coveted Cy Young Award. The following year, in the midst of a bitter contract dispute, Viola was traded to the New York Mets for pitchers Rick Aguilera, Kevin Tapani, David West, and 2 minor leaguers. In 1990, he went 20-12, becoming only the 18th major leaguer to have 20-win seasons in both leagues. A quick start in 91 saw him go to 11-5 by July and earned a spot on the All-Star team. But a second-half injury to his pitching hand led to a disappointing second half, and he finished the season at 13-15. When the Sox acquired Viola, they were hoping to bolster a pitching staff which had its own share of disappointments last year. Viola has been an effective pitcher at Fenway. In 11 career starts, he has a record of 7-4, but 3 of those 4 losses have been to Roger Clemens. And just because the two happen to be pitching for the same team doesn't necessarily mean there won't be competition between them.
I think what's going to happen is that, you know, people talk about what if Jack Morris came over here and had to pitch with Roger Clemens, would their egos clash, this and that. You know, I've known Roger for a long time now, and I'm really looking forward to pitching along with him. I think what's going to happen is, I think what's formed is, if both pitchers doing what they're supposed to be doing, it forms, you know, not only the mutual respect needed, but a friendly competition to better each other. You know, when I have Roger starting game 1 and he goes out and throws a 4-hit shutout or whatever, I want to try topping that.
With a 1-2 punch of Clemens and Viola, the Sox are hoping the sweet music will return to Fenway Park this summer.
Frank, you had some problems with your pitching hand last year. Are all those taken care of now?
I had a tumor taken out from my ring finger of my pitching hand, and then just a little rest for the hangnail on my middle finger of my pitching hand that became infected. So, you know, a little rest and recuperation, I'm as good as ever.
Frank, even though you've won 7 games in Fenway Park, your earned run average is still pretty high. Is there any particular reason?
Well, I remember the one game back in '86. It was Roger against myself, and it was my dad's birthday. And he took a 4.5-hour trip up on his birthday to watch me pitch. 16 pitches later, no innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 1 walk and no strikeouts. And the thing that caused all that was a loss of temper by me on a bunt by Boggsy. I'll never forget that.
With Barrett at second. The bunt is placed right side, may be good. Let's see. They do not get Boggs. Runners at first and third. Frank Viola kicking on the call as Boggs beats Viola to the bag. And Ray Miller, the manager of the Twins, comes out to take the heat off his left-hander.
Boggsy's bunt, I didn't get over first in time, but I thought I tagged him before he hit the bag. And sometimes my temper gets the worst of me, and that was the case in point that day, and I just never recovered from it. It was a 4.5-hour game, 17-9 final score. I saw my dad after the game. He says, "I'm never coming anywhere on my birthday again."
What do you think about Red Sox fans?
Great fans. I used to love coming here as a visiting kid. They're hard on the home team. If you're not doing your job, they'll get on you. But that's what they get. That's what they pay their money for. And I think they're very smart. There's some ballparks where the fans are rowdy and noisy and what have you, but they have no clue of the game. Boston, they're very baseball conscious, very baseball oriented, and you know when they get on you for a reason. And you know, bottom line, I guess the easiest way to take care of that is go out and do your job and get them to like you.
What about the Sox chances in the 1992 season?
I think the key, number one, is, and he seems to have done that, is Butch to get the respect of his players. The thing I learned is the best manager I've had so far is Tom Kelly, and what he was able to do was get the respect of his players, but he also could be a pal at the same time. But when he got on you, you respect him for it because you knew what he was talking about. And when all 25 guys went into the regular season, they knew their roles. If they weren't a starter, they knew exactly when they were going to be used, how they were going to be used, and everybody was happy. And maybe not about playing all the time, but at least they know what their role is and they're always ready for it. And I think that's what Butch has established here. And I think with the personalities in this club, the talent's been there. You know, it's just a question of getting everybody to play, the rapport to get together. And got a great bunch of guys here.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We hope you enjoyed the show.
And there's more baseball up next as the Red Sox take on the Detroit Tigers.
And as a special note, all of us at TV 38 were deeply saddened by the recent death of Red Sox principal owner Gene Yawkey. One of Mrs. Yawkey's favorite players is one of baseball's all-time greats, Ted Williams. And last year, on a special day at Fenway Park, Ted was honored in a very moving ceremony. We leave you now with a look back at that day at Fenway Park.
I'm especially happy, though, to have a chance so they can never write ever again that I was hard-headed, and never write again that I never tipped my hat to the crowd. Because today, I tip my hat to all the people in New England. Without question.